And at some point, you gotta have somebody who don't need shit from you, who don't want shit from you, who wanna see you win, man.
What's going on? Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, however you guys gonna be watching this video. What's going on? This is your boy CoopDeville, back with another banger, back with another blessing. And today we're gonna talk about in my opinion, this next episode of the Pivot Podcast I'm about to break down. I really feel like this is gonna probably be their most important interview of their careers. Like, they may not be a Floyd Mayweather where this interview may not hit 1 million views, but it is most definitely, at least to this point, it's their most important interview that we have seen. To me, it's probably the most important interview I've seen in sports podcasts to this date. And it's Pivot Podcast interviewing former NBA player Michael Beasley. And bro, I gotta be honest with y'all, man. Like, there was so many layers to peel away in this particular interview. Michael Beasley, great brother, man. You could tell that this is a guy that feels deeply, that loves hard, that if he rocks with you, bro, like, he rocking with you to the bus. You can tell that he's that type of person. And the one thing about genuine people who love hard when it comes to being a friend, like, they really take friendship to heart. They really take family to heart. Those are the kind of people that are always getting screwed over. And right off the bat, like, you could totally tell that, one, this guy is genuine. You know what I mean? Like, he came on the show and the show got real within seconds. Less than a minute, you started feeling like, wait a minute, okay, so this isn't just gonna be a regular sports interview. Like, we're not talking, matter of fact, they didn't talk any sports. And you felt that the first 30 seconds you went into this interview, you definitely knew, like, bro, this is about to get real. Like, this is about to get way realer than just talking about basketball, talking about championships, talking about stats and this, that, and the other. Like, this is about to be one of those podcasts where if you're going through something, you're going to be able to really feel this particular interview. And even if you're not going through something, like, bro, I felt this interview. And it just shows you that we think that these athletes, like, life is all peaches and cream. We see their Instagram posts, their cars, their clothes, their homes, their trips to Milan, to all these different wonderful places. But what you don't get to see is when the lights are off and the trips are over and they're back home and they're dealing with everyday real issues, that they go through things just like we do. They're human beings just like we are. They bleed like us. They feel like us. And in a lot of instances, they go through the same things as us. You know what I mean? It's just that because they're NBA stars, they're not allowed in a lot of cases to really be able to vent, because everybody feels like, bro, you make millions of dollars a year. What the hell do you have to be upset about? What do you have to be sad about? Like, what kind of mental issues could you be going through? You've got everything. And a lot of times having everything is the biggest problem of them all. You know, I mean, when you see this interview, he gets into things about how everybody in his life, bro, could you imagine having money? And we all thrive to be rich. But imagine getting that money. You work hard every day only to find out that everyone around you, people that you love, like, with everything that you have, you find out that these people are all stealing from you what you are essentially trying to give to them out of love. And this is like, so I totally felt where he was coming from as far as, you know, his issues talking about people stealing from him, even his own mother stealing from him. Then he gets into the conversation about finding out that his mom had cancer and how strong she was. She never really let him know how sick she was. And one day his younger brother called him, and I think he called him from, like, the wrong phone, and he ended up FaceTiming him where he saw his mom where she was in a position not knowing that she was, that a camera was on. So she had no clue, and he got a chance to see his mother really going through cancer the way she did not want him to see her going through cancer. Because when they would talk on the phone, she would kind of be upbeat and tell him things are going to be all right, you know, blah, 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 blah. And then when the phone was off and she wasn't FaceTiming him or Zooming him, she really was going through it, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was going through a lot with cancer. And like he says in the interview, unless you're going through chemo or know someone that's going through cancer and they're going through chemo and they're at hospice, which normally when you go to hospice, it's pretty much time for you to transition. So he had to witness that. I can only imagine. It brought me to my own mother, my own father, my wife, my son. Like, how would I feel if they were basically on their deathbed going through that? And he talks about his childhood trauma, like coming home sometimes, like being evicted from his home every, 3 to 6 months, and not just like getting eviction notices. No, like he was coming home, and they would just have all their furniture out on the lawn, like not evict, like kicked out, bro. So if y'all get a chance, bro, definitely go and watch the Pivot podcast. Watch the interview. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago with Michael Beasley, bro. Heartfelt, man. And the nice thing, like I said about this Pivot podcast, bro, like this is an important podcast, bro, because it's actually a safe space, and they make that well known to all of these retired athletes. Like, bro, this is a safe space for you to come and unload all the things that you couldn't unload because you were trying to save your career. You were trying to save a contract. You were trying to secure the bag. So certain things you couldn't talk about, certain things you couldn't say. And I like how Ryan Clark is constantly reminding these guys, like, bro, this is a safe space. You don't have to hold your tongue. You can speak totally free. Now, we're going to probably bleep out the curse words, but you can speak very honestly, very candidly, very freely on this show. This is a safe space for you guys to come and speak freely. Just drop some of that mental baggage that you guys have not been able to get off because, like I said, you're trying to secure a bag, save a contract, continue to take care of your family. So you're very tight with what you speak about, things that you say publicly. And I also like the fact that they let the guys know right off the bat, like, bro, you guys are welcome to come to the Pivot podcast anytime you want. Anytime you're going through something, you're feeling a certain way, this show is completely open to you. And not only is it open to you, we could talk with the cameras off. It's not all about getting you guys on camera, getting views, getting likes, getting shares, letting them know, like, bro, this is a safe space for you guys, man. Come here. If y'all need somebody to talk to, you need anything. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Channing came to life in this one. We see a whole nother Channing Crowder in this particular interview, bro. Like, we see like a big uncle, like Big Unc. Channing actually becomes Big Unc in this particular interview. I mean, bro, y'all gotta go and see the entire interview. I'm just giving you guys a quick review of this particular interview, but you guys are gonna walk away feeling like, man, this Pivot podcast is special, bro. It's special. And bro, Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, like, bro, these and Channing Crowder, these guys are really, I don't even know like the magnitude that these guys understand how special this show is essentially going to be. Like, you guys are giving retired, predominantly black men. Could you imagine not being able to speak how you really feel? How you're not able to speak on certain issues. You have to suck it up at every turn, bro, because you're trying to secure a bag. You're trying to get that next contract so that you can take care of your family comfortably. And Beasley, like if you watch the interview, the guy never leaves the home. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna say that because I don't want to put any bad energy out into the universe when it pertains to this young man. But I will say this. This has to be a 3-part series. Like, they have to bring this man back 1 or 2 more times, preferably 3. Bring him back 1 more time, and then bring him back a 3rd time with possibly a therapist that's highly trained and skilled to deal with men that come from circles that he came from, like retired athletes. This is by far, man, like, bro, this is going to put the Pivot podcast on like the next level. This is a special podcast, man. So with that being said, man, I hope you guys have the time. Go and check them out. I'm going to put the link up in my bio. Man, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, Ryan Clark, man, I salute y'all. And Michael Beasley, you probably won't watch this, bro, but if you do, just understand, bro, we appreciate you. You have a lot of people that love you. And like Fred Taylor told you, bro, it ain't all about sports. People are going to remember you more so for how you made them feel versus how well you played in the NBA. Trust me on that. And with that being said, guys, love y'all. Leave me something in the comment section. Hit that like, hit that follow. And with that being said, peace.